Hello, beautiful viewers. In today's video, we are going to discuss Jimin and V's couple photo suggestion. Secondly, Jungkook and BTS V go shirtless to cause mayhem on the latest episode of Are You Sure? Thirdly, BTS's Jimin raises concerns about frequent injuries and illnesses on Are You Sure? Of Disney. And lastly, what is Jin from BTS in person? BTS's Jimin rejects V's couple photo suggestion. Jimin and V of BTS are known as the soulmates of the group, who were both born in 1995. The two have a strong friendship that inspired two songs, For a Clock and Friends. Even if they are soulmates, some things remain forbidden. Recently, Jungkook and Jimin's new travel reality show on Disney+, Are You Sure?, premiered. According to a press release, the show follows the two BTS members before their military enlistment as they travel to New York State, USA, Jeju Island, South Korea, and Sapporo, Japan. A new episode with V was released today. Throughout the new episode, we saw the bromance of the Magne line highlighted. Despite their close friendship, V and Jimin drew a line. While driving, Jimin and V noticed a couple taking pictures. Jimin then suggested that they take pictures too, which confused V, who asked, "Any pictures?" Jimin immediately shot him back. "No, are you crazy?" The armies couldn't believe that Jimin ended his friendship with V. "I'm sorry to say, Jimin, but you already have many couple photos with V." BTS's Jungkook and V go shirtless to cause mayhem. Jungkook and Jimin fill armies with joy with their new show called Are You Sure? Showing the two BTS members going to different places and just having fun. Jungkook and Jimin for Are You Sure? Disney. If that wasn't exciting enough, it was announced that V would be joining the two members, and of course, the creation of the Magne line will undoubtedly cause a lot of chaos. In the last episode, netizens couldn't believe they saw Jungkook and V having fun with water guns as they ran around the house shirtless, shooting water at each other. Netizens also joked that while Jungkook and V were causing mayhem, they were having fun drenching Jim while he went about his business. Some fans joked that such moments remind them that Jimin is the oldest member of the Magne line. They also went surfing, with the most unexpected surfboard. After so many busy dates, it's always nice to see the members having fun, and causing chaos is what idols do best. BTS's Jimin raises concerns about frequent injuries and illnesses on Are You Sure? Of Disney. BTS Jimin and Jungkook's massive surprise is international news. BTS V joins Jimin and Jungkook's Disney Plus show, Are You Sure? What is Jin from BTS in person? Many K-pop fans only meet idols through the screen, but some are lucky enough to meet them in real life. One of those lucky ones shared a detailed first-hand account of BTS's Jin meeting in Paris. On July 7th, OP, original poster, checked into a hotel that is expected to house important members of the Olympic Games organization. They hope that torchbearers, including Jin from BTS, will be among these guests. I arrived in Paris on July 7th, knowing that my hotel will host important members of the Olympic Games organization. To be honest, it didn't excite me too much, but the hotel experience is an opportunity to see some torchbearers, including Jin, who made it. The OP, who is not exactly an army guy, lost all hope when he didn't see Jin at the hotel. Just 5 days later, everything changed. When the OP met his colleague for a drink, they saw no one but Jin at a respectable distance. I'm not exactly an army, but I really respect BTS and I really like their music. Besides, Jin was definitely the man of the moment, the one who had been driving France crazy for days, so he was excited. Unfortunately, there was no sign of him for days. I knew he had left his country, but of course he didn't come to our hotel, and I lost all hope. On the night of July 12th, around midnight, I went to the Laufen area to meet my colleague for a drink, and Jin was there. Jin. I was frozen, trying not to attract attention. We stayed as far away from him in this small space, so as not to disturb him. The OP continued to elaborate on Jin alternating between talking to his little company and paying attention to whoever was talking to him. I know you want details, so let's continue. Here is the best description I can give. He was accompanied by a small assistant who spoke animatedly in Korean. He wasn't talking like I expected. He was one of those attentive listeners, always attentive to the speaker but at the same time aware of his surroundings, as expected from a celebrity and a recently demobilized soldier. According to the OP, Jin smiled and made eye contact with everyone he interacted with, including the hotel staff, but when he wasn't smiling, he was a little angry. This detail may or may not surprise people who only know the rough side of Jin. Contrary to what Seoul might believe after watching some YT videos, his laughter was not loud or continuous. Instead, he looked mature and a bit intimate. What is true is that he has an easy smile. Smile at everyone who looked in the eyes. Most of the people there were hotel workers, but he always smiled regardless of his work. He gave her a very loving vibe, but when he wasn't smiling, it was a little scary. As if their charm has taken another form, they project a certain authority and menace that belies their friendly and calm demeanor. The OP then described Jin's appearance, saying that his presence is commanding and that he is surprisingly broad. Her beautiful and healthy skin, predominantly angular facial features, well-defined eyebrows, dark and intense eyes, and impeccable clothing style also caught the OP's eye. At first glance, it doesn't look muscular, but up close and especially around others, its presence is imposing. He is surprisingly wide and his facial features are mostly angular with chubby cheeks and lips that add a touch of softness to the whole look. His eyebrows are beautiful, so defined, and her eyes, OMG, his eyes are so dark and intense that they seem to possess supernatural powers. After the viewing, which lasted between 10 and 15 minutes, the OP and his partner talked about Jin, who left a lasting impression. Keep following us for more information.